Alright, we're going to be watching AssistedAsh, who's going to be playing Genji on Dorado. This is Gold 3 on PC. How should I be playing as Genji? I feel like this match I wasn't playing at my best. I would like to learn how to move around and position as Genji. I thought I was doing okay on defense, but on attack where I thought I was doing better, I fell off hard. I need some advice on when would it have been better to ult and when I did major blunders and fed. So, I've seen this game. We're not going to cover the whole thing. We're only cover probably the first, 5-ish minutes. We're going to cover through, I think, first two blades on defense. Because I think all your problems are, related. So, I think you have a good base understanding of Genji, right? I think you generally, which matches for gold, right? I think you generally understand how Genji's supposed to be played. I think you generally can do most of the basic things that Genji is capable of. I think what stands out is that it just feels like you need a lot more practice, because I would say everything you do just lacks polish. You're just everything you do is kind of awkward, if that makes sense, right? It's like if you were playing basketball, it's like when you dribble, you're just dribbling a little too high, right? Or when you shoot, you're always a little off to the left, a little off to the right, a little bit short, a little bit long, very consistently. And you don't look like someone who is well practiced at Genji, which is what you need in order to be able to climb out of this rank and play with other people who are also well practiced. So we're going to go through a bunch of these examples where it's pretty much every single encounter, every second of the fight, you're bleeding a little bit of value constantly until eventually you just can't do enough to win it. And we're like I said, we'll walk through it and we'll see. We'll demonstrate what I mean. It's coming out through. So let's think about this. Check this out real quick. All right. So what's our goal here, right? Well, our goal here is farm blade, right? Get a pick if you can, but it's extremely unlikely you can get a kill in this situation, right? Especially without any help from your team. Unless you're the dive tank here, I think the chance of you getting a kill is near zero. All right. They have excellent cover here. They have the cart to heal them. The supports are all going to be together. They're all clumped up. You have basically no way of getting a kill here. Best you can hope for is farming blade, maybe slowing down the card a little bit, but just primarily farming blade and using that to fight next. Because the fight over here, the choke is really, really hard to win. It's not uncommon for teams to get full health here. So you really want to have blade to make sure you can get as many fights at this choke as you can. Right? That's the general idea here. Don't commit to anything. Don't die. Don't blunder. Because if you die, your spawn is really far away. Right? It is very, very, very far away from the front. And you don't even spawn at the front of this room, right? You spawn at the back of the room. So you are crazy far away from the fight, which means the number one thing here is do not die. That must be going through your head, right? Everything you do in Overwatch is on the risk versus reward spectrum. Okay? So reward on one side, risk on one side. And depending on the situation, you're going to be on one end or the other. So for example, right now, you should... I did not do a good job of this. What I should be thinking of it is this way, right? So more risk, right? Higher risk, more reward. Yeah, this makes more sense. So I was trying to think about where I would draw this. I'm this doesn't make any sense. So the more risk that you take, right? The more value you could possibly get. Okay? The less risk that you take, the less reward that you can get. So right now, where should you be on this line? You should be all the way over here. Okay? Because right now, what's our goal? Our goal right now is to farm. Okay? All we want to do right now is farm blade. Now, let's think of where would we be on this end of the spectrum. This end of the spectrum right here, actually let me use another color so it's visible. This end of the spectrum right here is a 3v5 situation. Because in a 3v5 situation, I have no ability to win this fight unless I take a massive risk. Unless I die in front of all of them, pop deflect, and hope I instantly kill one of them off a deflected attack. Because otherwise I'm never going to turn a 3v5 fight around. So understanding what are the risks I need to take right now is very, very important to playing all heroes in the game. Right? Every single hero, every single role, not just DPS, not just tank, but support too. How much risk do you need to take right now to do your job and give you the best chance of winning the fight? So right now, it's all we're looking for just mitigating risk, right? Reduce risk as much as we possibly can right now. Just farm blade. If I can't farm blade safely, just back up. Okay. So over here, we're gonna do some shurikens. The aim here is not great, but we're gonna cover that later. So a bunch of whiffs here, a whole lot of whiffs here. You're at 174, you haven't gotten healed, right? So you're already down, 75 health. And then you step over here. Pop quiz. How much damage does Soldier Helix Rocket do? Right? Soldier Helix Rocket will come out so fast here. You'll have less than half a second to react to it. I do not think you can consistently pop deflect in a situation, especially at gold, to block that Helix Rocket before it hits you. Will Helix Rocket one-shot you? And if you don't know what and that's without Mercy damage boost for the record, because she's not damage boosting right now. If you don't know the answer to that question, then you don't know enough about Overwatch to climb. And I know this seems ridiculous, but like if you're gonna play Genji, right, an incredibly twitchy, reaction-based hero, you need to know what the damage breakpoints are in the game. So Soldier Helix Rocket does 120 damage, which will not kill you instantly right now, but will nearly instantly kill you. So you need to play very safe right now because you can die nearly instantly. A Helix Rocket plus any damage from the Echo instantly kills you right now, like less than a second of reaction time. So you're putting yourself into an enormous amount of risk right now. For what? You have very little reward in this situation, right? This is all risk, no reward. Because, like, again, even if you wiped all 4 of them right now, you would bleed 15 seconds off the clock, which is nothing, right? And if you die here, you're going to give up a fight at the choke, which would be a really big problem, right? You really do not want that to happen, because they're most likely going to push you to the choke if you die here. I don't think they actually end up doing so, because your team holds really well, but, like, that's not consistent and would not be expected. So right now, think, are you safe right now? If you're not safe, A, why are you in this position to begin with? And B, you should probably pop deflect to give yourself a little bit of time, and then while you back up, and then dash away. But is that what you do? No. Despite the fact that you have half health, you're like, let me try to kill a Mercy. 1 right click, right? Then 2nd right click at 8 health, and then you finally think, oh, maybe I should pop deflect right now, and then you die. Now, it's hard. Like, at game speed, it's hard to do this, right? Right? But right now, even before you're dead, you're effectively dead, right? Because you're stuck already. It's really hard because it's so fast. But, like, you're playing so close to the enemy, you give yourself no time to react, right? If you're playing this close, like, yeah, things will instantly kill you faster than you can react to them if your reaction speed is not phenomenal. So just don't put yourself in a situation where you have 4 heroes, like, point blank next to you, all shooting at you. That's not a good idea. For example, if your Winston was here, right, and you came in here, like, yeah, you're close to 4 heroes, but no one's looking at you. You're not in danger in that situation. But standing in front of all 4 people, being the primary target, you can't do this, right? This is a very sloppy death, okay? So when you think, hey, like, how do I get to the next level? You don't want to see a single one of these deaths in an entire game, in multiple games, right, in a row. This is easily preventable by simply not being in this situation. Nobody forced you here. They didn't dive you, right? And they didn't force an arrow out of you. You chose to drop from high ground, right? And take this fight, right? You chose this right now when you're like, I'm going to drop right now. And now you're on high ground, or rather on low ground. You could dash away. You could just walk away. You could climb away. You could deflect away. You have so many options here to get out of the situation. But you stay, right? You chose right now. You chose to stay here, right? Now you're backing out. You can still easily escape right now, safely, right? And now you think, okay, you're not full health, but yet you re-engage at this moment in time unnecessarily. You just don't need to do it, right? Just back up. It's okay. Just give them the space. This space means nothing, right? It's extremely rare for teams to heavily contest this space over here. Okay? Just back up. It's okay. You can back up here. No reason to die, right? Dying here is a major blunder. Thankfully, your team is able to hold for a while. So, Mercy gets pulled. All right, you deflect. Not a ton of value, it does okay, right? Just right-clicking, right? Lots of right-clicks. So as a non-Genji player, I think it's a little tough for me to say exactly when to throw right-clicks, but I feel like if your right-click is only going to could only hit one possible hero, I feel like it's better, or rather, if only one of your shurikens could hit based on the range, I feel like it is better to simply shoot a line of shots. Like, this just intuitively makes sense to me, but like, if you're Genji, okay, and then your target is over here, if my shurikens are like, this far apart, why not shoot them as a line? Unless the hero is nearly dead, right? If I need one shuriken to kill them, or hit a breakpoint where I can dash and melee kill them, or dash right click melee kill them, there's no point in me firing the fan when I can fire the line instead, right? I think the fan here just seems like a bad idea. I would rather just do the left clicks to try to get more hits. I don't know.
I thought about this for a while. I was thinking about making a video of it, but I would want to do more research before doing it, I think. But my note here is I think there's plenty of times when you were fanning where I would just throw left clicks. All right, so all we're doing right now is just kind of shooting a Doom that's clearly not going to die, right? If you look at this, like, I'm sure you've played enough Overwatch to know, is this Doom going to die right now? Like, looking at him, does this Doom look like he's going to die? I don't think he's going to die, right? Especially after he punches the hog back, he's not going to die here, right? He has multiple supports here. He has cover, right? He has all his cooldowns. He still has block. Like, he's not going to die here. So your goal is not to kill the tank, okay? Every second you're shooting the tank, unless you're farming ulti, this is not a good idea. Your goal is to kill the DPS here, right? Or the supports. So for example, the soldier here on the left, you can pressure, right? You can go up to window and then fight. Like, for example, you could just dash up here and immediately apply pressure to the Mercy and the Ana, and that could get you good value, right? But I think just constantly shooting the Doom, just because the Doom is an easy target, is a bad idea. Again, Doom's punching in. Great. Now's your time to go after the backline. All right, so you go. That's good. Okay, so let's back up here. So Doom is going to go. All right, so this right click, we miss it. Fine. That's fine, right? We whiff it because the Doom punched. No problem. Let's track your shurikens from here. So you miss all three. You miss all three. You miss all three. You miss all three. Right? I think you hit 2 there, or 2 or 3. I think you hit 3. Right? Yeah, you hit 3. What's the soldier at? Yeah. So you. Yeah. So you hit 3. Hit 3 there. Okay. So you hit 3 there. Then you miss 3. And then you miss 3. So I believe that is 7 full misses out of 20. You fired 6 ammo at the beginning, right? So 21. I must be missing 1, right? So I think it's 6 full misses, right? So that's something like 18 missed shurikens and 3 hits at targets that are very close to you, right? Like, these heroes are all super close to you. You also should be going for the Mercy right now. They're super close to you, Mercy or Soldier if you prefer, but that are super close to you and not trying to dodge you. None of these heroes are trying to dodge you right now. Like, no one here is like, oh god, the Genji's fighting me, and they're like AD strafing you. These heroes are literally running forwards in a straight line, right? Again, this soldier, not looking at you. This Mercy, Ana, nobody's looking at you. They're just running in a straight line. This can't happen, right? This is like a massive whiff, and I wish this was the only time this happened in this game, but it is not. You can't play DPS and climb if you can't improve on your aim, right? And I say this a lot in different videos. No matter how much coaching you get or game sense or whatever, if you can't hit shots when the shots are easy, you can't climb, because damage is the way that you provide value to the game, because you are like you have no other utility other than damage, right? You have to hit shots to get kills, and if you don't get kills, you cannot win. This was pretty much fed up to you on a silver platter, and you couldn't hit the shots, which is rough, right? Granted, tons of other people do damage, which is great. All right, we're still going to clean up here. Good, right? Nice and straightforward. So we lose the Ana, unfortunate. Now let's think for a second. Who should I be going for right now? I have 2 possible targets: the Mercy or the Doom. Who am I supposed to be going for? Now, I'm pretty sure you can think already, well, obviously it should be the Mercy, right? Because the Doom is at full health right now and is being pocketed by a Mercy. So why would I be going for the Doom? Just kill the Mercy, right? Even the Ashe is trying to kill the Mercy, which is the correct call. This Doom's going to stay alive forever if you don't kill the Mercy. So just shoot at the Mercy with shurikens, or dash towards her with shurikens. But first you could shoot shurikens, wait for the GA, and then follow her with dash would be an easy way to get this kill. But instead, you use your dash on the Doom? What are you doing right now? What's the plan? Like, the Doom, you've done so little damage. You've done so little damage to this Doom that, like, his health is basically full. It is full, right? You just dashed him. He's still at full because the Mercy's just healing through your damage. Like, literally, you've done 0 effective damage instead of just shooting at the Mercy, right? Just shoot the Mercy. You just, like, you gotta do it. Just use the shurikens, shoot the Mercy. Eventually, she's gonna have the GA or something like that. She can't just slowly glide down forever, right? Wait for her to Guardian Angel, then see where she goes, then dash and kill her, right? This is like a very easy kill in this situation. You just need to try to execute it, but instead you're going after the tank, right? If like we can have one big takeaway here is after the fight is engaged, go after the backline. Okay, at the beginning, if you want to farm ult charge before the fight is committed off the tank, fine, go ahead. But once the fight's committed, go after the backline. You finally go after the Mercy, thank God. All right, Dune's gonna get away, good. So we're sitting here, we're setting up. Nothing super exciting. You lose your Ash, which is unfortunate. Not a lot you can do about that. This would have been a juicy deflect right here, by the way. Which is the stickies. Stickies are relatively easy to deflect, as a note, but you're going to have ulti anyway, so no big deal. This is a good example. Why would you be fanning at this distance? Right? Bastion's a huge target. It's very easy to get triple Shuriken hits on Bastion, and you're fanning at this distance, and you're missing still with the fan. They're just use left click. I don't know why you would pop deflect here. Right? What's the point? You're not going to die. You're not going to hit anything either. And like you're already ulti, so you're not even farting blade. I don't know if you ever watched a Genji guide, but you should watch a Genji guide. I don't have a Genji guide because I'm not good enough at Genji, but like I'm just noting there's like parts of your gameplay loop that don't feel correct to me. Like I don't think you really know like what you're supposed to be doing right now. In my opinion, I think what you should be doing is you should be trying to look for opportunities to whittle heroes down so you can dash and kill them. And you're setting up for the rest of your team for when the fight's really committed, there will already be a weakened hero for you to kill and or bladed kill. But not having deflect right now is a problem in case you end up needing it. So, I think does your Zen get nanoed here? Yeah, Zen gets nanoed here. And he pops trance. Oh, that's rough. Alright, so you're not going to have Nanoblade. So, again, I mean, Doom's going to die here. Okay, great, right? You're going to hear Echo do clone, right? So go after the Echo. I would just dash right away to kill the copy right away before she gets played. Right? Echo dead. Okay, great. Doom here. Note, for a second, is the Doom going to die right now? Right? If you had to look into the future and guess, do you think the Doom is going to die right now? I would hope the answer is no. Right? Especially with the benefit of hindsight, I would hope that you think the answer is no. Because how much health do you think the Doom has right now? You might look at him and think, oh, this Doom has 110 health. That is incorrect. This Doom, in fact, has 550 health. Or, sorry, 440 health. Because he reduces damage by 75%, which means he's not actually that low. He's going to have a ton of health, and the Hog, I think, just used Hook, right? Oh man, he still has Hook right now, but he's using Breather, right? So Hog's used Breather, so he can't even hook him out of it. So this Doom is simply not going to die right now. The Hog could have killed him right there, though. But like once this happens, right, and then you're going to see him pop block, die, stop trying to kill him. Because I'm not going to get it, right? I only have 3 Shurikens anyway, right? I think dashing through here is crazy because you're not even having any ammo when you get through him, so you're not going to kill him either way, right? You have no ammo here if you dash through. But now he gets nanoed, and now he's totally not going to die because his health is restored halfway, and he's got 50% damage reduction. So now you're in big trouble, right? You pop deflect instinctively, but no one's actually aiming at you. I think that I would probably be considering trying to blade here. So the problem is nano Doom is quite dangerous against Ana and Zen on their own, right? I don't think you have to, but like I would definitely be thinking about it right now. So with Bob popped, I would immediately go over here and finish off the Bastion, right? That's really my job right now. Deflect. Like you can see this crossfire right here, right? Your Ana's trying to run away from what she thinks the Doom's meteor strike's going to be. So you could have gotten in front of this and deflected both the gunfire and the sticky grenade, right? And knocked it back towards the Bastion. But instead, she has to walk back in because she's scared of the Bastion, right? And the Doom's going to land on her, and then she's in big trouble and she's going to die. Now you're down 3 heroes. Your Ashe has killed 3, though. So your Ashe is popping off here, carrying this fight to try to give you a chance. But you have done basically nothing here. I don't think you've killed a single person, right? I don't think you've killed anybody, right? So, not so good. For the record, when Doom is charging this, if you're on the ground, you cannot jump high enough to be able to dodge the punch. So you just do regular AD strafe like you're any other hero to dodge the punch in the situation. Or you dash, but I don't think dashing would be a good idea. So, back to, who should I be targeting right now? Should I be targeting the Doom, or should I be targeting whoever is at the other end of the yellow beam? That's your target, right? You can see the beam right here. So what you want to do is you want to look up to the right and go after the Mercy. But instead, your tunnel vision on this Doom, who, as we have pointed out over and over again, is not going to die. Even if he gets hooked here, he's not going to die. Keep going after the Mercy. Just climb over the stalls, right? Climb over the stalls and just start attacking the Mercy. Just double jump to get closer, right? Start hitting her shurikens, then she GAs here, and then you can dash, right? So now she GAs and she pops. Right now, this is where you kill Mercy. Mercy is a 2-second window cooldown on Guardian Angel. This is the moment where you go after it. See that 2 seconds? That is your window to kill the Mercy, right? Kill the Mercy or apply a ton of damage, force Valk out at least. That's what you have to do right now. Okay. Now, obviously, again, aim is an issue. You have not hit the Mercy with a single shuriken. Right. So, miss. Doom. Sorry, it's that one. So we'll count that. We'll count that. But like that's a miss again on the Mercy because you're clearly trying to hit the Mercy and you miss again. So it's still 5, 6 shurikens in a row where you miss all of them. Like you just if you can't hit anybody, you're just not going to be able to carry a fight, right? You have to be able to hit people with shurikens. Forget the Doom, right? The second the Doom's down, okay, great. Now, look, what do I need to do, right? Is this a blade opportunity? Maybe it's a blade opportunity because there's no Doom to interrupt me, right? Bastion doesn't have a Assault Form, I believe. Yeah, because he just finished Assault Form. Like, you could use Blade right now to win the fight, potentially, right? You could, for example, dash through here, right? And then double jump, pop Blade, kill the Bastion, and then, roll from there. But this is a problem, and now you're super low. You pop Deflect even though no one's actually looking at you. I get that you're scared, but like you're so high up in the air that no one is looking at you right now. You have plenty of time realizing no one's looking at you. Now you land, no one's looking at you, and you pop Deflect. Okay? Granted, the auto could have shot you here, but I'm just noting is like, why did we even dash in this direction to begin with, right? If it's coming down, the second this gets popped, if I decide, first of all, I think you could just straight up blade it here, A. But B, if I'm not going to blade here, think, where am I supposed to go here, right? So I see 1, 2, so I don't know where the third one necessarily is, but I could dash backwards towards my supports, hopefully, and maybe the third one won't be on them. I could go over here, and I could go left or right, depending on where the third one is. Like, you got some options, but dashing straight up over the fountain gives you no options here, other than to try to blade and pray that no one hits you. Right? So now you're at 100 health. Once again, having trouble hitting things. Like, everything here feels so panicky. It feels like you're not really in control of your actions, and you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. And even though you have ultimate here, you don't actually pop it because you don't see when to do so. Okay? So that's what I mean when I started this video by saying, like, I feel like you just need a lot more hours, right? You look like Genji is a very hard hero to play. He's not easy, right? I think you need 100 competitive hours on Genji to even scratch the surface of what Genji is capable of. And realistically, you're looking at probably 250 plus to get anywhere close to decent on him. It really depends on how much other competitive FPS experience you have, especially with hero shooters, right? Like TF2, etc. That have very unusual, like Paladins, with very unusual mechanics versus like regular tactical shooters. Okay, so as we pointed out earlier, right? The polish, all the things you do are just really suboptimal, right? The way you choose to take fights, your target priority, your ability usage, your aim, right? It's all just kind of adding up here, right? Where you're just not doing anything and it's really hurting you. Some fights, it comes together, right? Like we had a couple fights there where, yeah, you did get some value. And there's other fights where you look totally lost and you have no clue what you're supposed to be doing. And that's really costing you. So, we're sitting up here. What's our goal? Right? Our goal is we want to just get forward, start poking people, right? We need to make sure our team is here, but because we don't get picked off. But like, yeah, once our team is here, we can walk out, right, and start poking people. Another good example, we're like, why are we even fanning right now? No one's here. No one's here there. Like, is unnecessary. Also, they were there. They're too far away for fan to be effective. Okay, great. You can just reload. So I have no idea how that like triple headshots her. It's like actually bonkers. But huge headshot here. So if you were really good at Genji, there is an opportunity to kill her here. Okay? Because dash does 50 and right-click shurikens do 81, so that's 131, plus melee gives you 161 damage. So the Mercy here is 110, so you could kill her here even without landing all of your shurikens. So I think she's going to be right at the edge of dash distance. I think there's a very good chance that you will not actually hit her with the dash. So I think you'll have to dash forward, right-click, and then melee, and you have to hit all the shurikens and the melee to get the kill. I think you might have to run for like a half second to get the kill. It is unlikely they would be able to react fast enough to kill you. To react to that before you kill the Mercy. And after you kill the Mercy, because the Mercy has no ability to dodge anymore, remember? Because she just G8 there. After you kill the Mercy, you'll dash reset, you can go wherever you want, and you'll be safe. I would consider this a very high-level play here. This is probably like Masters Plus. I'm just noting is that there is an opportunity right there. If you're very quick, the second you saw the headshot, right there, dash, yeah, at this range, like dash, right-click, right, melee. I think this is a kill and a reset, and you won the fight right there. But this is one of the reasons why Genji has a really, really high skill ceiling, right? Because you have opportunities like that where you can make crazy plays if you see it. So, what's our goal right now? Just keep working on the backline. Don't be fighting the Doom. Doom's job is to waste your time. The time you spend fighting the Doom is time that the cart keeps moving forwards. It's tough here because your team isn't able to do a whole lot to like contest, but that's fine. Like just get away from the Doom, right? Just fine. Like just poke him around, right? It is what it is. Like let your teams kind of set up and then try to get by him when you get a chance. But don't die to him, right? Don't do anything silly. Right? Work him down, still fine. Right? Okay, great. Ash popping off kills the Mercy, so you're in a 5-on-4 situation. But the problem is your Roadhog dies right now. So that's fine. We come down. We're gonna kill the backline. They have no idea we're coming. We are in good position. That's exactly what we're looking for, right? Good timing, good positioning. Just get kills. Okay. Why did we pop Blade? Right? So, look, the Ana just got hit by Dynamite. She's super low right now. You just saw her take another shot. To be fair, you didn't see that shot when you're popping Blade. But like even right now, like you heard sleep. Okay? I think it was your sleep, their sleep. I think it was their sleep. Yeah, you heard their sleep get popped. So they didn't have sleep to stop you right now. So you see that she's dynamited. You see that she has no idea you're here. So all you have to do is just land on top of her or next to her and just do right-click melee and it's over. At that point in time, like their team just basically cannot win this fight. But instead, you pop Blade. It actually takes you longer to kill her with Blade than it would kill you with right clicks, right? Just one right click and a melee kills her. So the fact that you had to pull Blade like actually takes longer to do this, which is rough. I would also note that you also have dash available, so you could just dash melee, and I think the dynamite damage alone will be enough to kill her in this situation. Especially after she eats that one more shot. So, again, lack of polish, right? This is like, hey, look, all I have to do is tap somebody and they're going to die. No, instead I'm going to pull out my single-use, bazooka and fire it at them instead. This is massive overkill. This is a very easy kill on this Ana. So, backing up for a second, I don't know how much deathmatch practice you have, but I would encourage you to play deathmatch a lot, right? Get really comfortable killing all sorts of different types of heroes at different angles with different amounts of health on them and on you with different cooldowns available. Get used to just dueling people all the time. If you want to get good at Genji or any DPS, you got to learn how to win kills, win duels, right? This is about as easy a duel as you will ever get in your entire Overwatch career, right? To have to pop Blade here, like that's your instinct, is not so good, right? Because it's totally unnecessary. But even from here, things still go wrong. So this should be an instant dash kill. But you slash first, which means that you miss, right? Then the Ana target actually dies. So you might think, oh, she dies anyway. Why does it matter? Some situations she won't die. Some situations she'll get Suzu'd or gripped or whatever, or she'll grenade herself and then she'll end up or lamp. And then you'll feel really silly for not having had good mechanics to kill her. So the Ana is dead now. So we slash, but we missed the bashing with the slash, so we only get him with the I think we got him with the slash, right? So we got him with the slash and the dash. Fine. I don't think you hit him with the slash. Yeah, he's not taking enough damage. You either missed him with the slash or the dash, because he is not taking enough damage otherwise. I just want to check hit markers for a second. So no hit market there. So no hit marker, yeah. So you missed the slash as well. So you missed the slash on the bastion because you're too far away. Yeah, see? So we can see the blade now. This is not close enough, and you're missing the slash as well. This is a really big deal, right? You can't be missing slashes. Like Genji blade, it's really important to hit him. It's super important. It's not that hard of an ability to land. You just gotta know what the range is. You gotta know what the range is. But missing this, then we have the dash through, right? Now we're super low. You miss this slash completely. You're looking around the target. You miss a second slash. Now you pop deflect, but you don't even know where anybody is, right? And now we jump over. We miss another slash, and then we finally kill the poor Bastion, put him out of his misery. This is a problem, right? And like, there's only so much coaching advice somebody can give you. Like, you just need a lot more practice. You need to know how far that like slash hits, right? For example, right here, does blade hit this target? Right? You're probably like, yeah. Would it hit it now? Probably like, maybe not. My instinct here is, I think if I was the Genji looking at this, I think blade will barely hit her. Now I think blade misses, right? So, but like, this is the kind of stuff that you need to know down to the meter, exactly how far this blade goes. Because you'll have plans. Like, Genji blade is like a Rube Goldberg chain reaction of ability. Right? That's why it's so cool and so flashy when things pop off. Is your plan is you go on the first target that you've already pre-acquired, weakened, so they will die in one dash slash. From there, you already know before you kill the first target who your second target is, so you can line it up right after you kill them, turn, dash right away, and then slash kill them, ideally immediately, right? If not, then you have to go again, and then you move on to more targets, and you might throw a deflect in there depending on what the enemy does. Right? It is a magical, probably one of the most incredible dopamine, flooding abilities in the game if you can do it right. But if you don't know what you're doing, you look incredibly awkward. Which is what's happening here, which is like, this blade gives you zero value, right? There is nothing this blade gave you that you couldn't have accomplished with regular shurikens. In fact, you would have been better with your regular dash and shurikens than with the blade. The blade actually makes things worse. So in that sense, that ultimately gives you negative value. All right, Doom dies. Dash through, which is probably a good idea. All right, so we're just kind of right-clicking here. So there's no reason to be this far forward. You have no dash and you have no deflect, and you're what is called frontlining, where you're going to be ahead of your tank at this moment in time. And you have no escape abilities, which means you really should just be dead right now. The reason why you don't die is A, the enemy team can't aim, and B, your Ana's going to nano you because she gets scared, right? She gets scared because from her perspective, she sees the Genji, oh god, the Genji's going to die, right? She's like, oh, no, right? And she pops nano. So you bait her into popping the nano by being out of position and getting critically low unnecessarily, which means you've wasted your Ana's nano. Because what are you going to do with this nano now, right? With no cooldowns while you're reloading? Like, yeah. Obviously, you don't get any value out of this. This isn't strictly your fault. I mean, like, again, I don't think a better Genji would have gotten any more value out of it. This is a really bad time to get nano popped. But nano was wasted because you were out of position. Okay, you were out of position, you took way too much damage, you probably should be dead, and as a result, you spooked your Ana into nanoing you, which is also a mistake on her part. She honestly should just let you die if that was what's going to happen, rather than nanoing, because nano's not going to help you at all. But that's the second part. The point of this video is not to review your Ana, right? It's to review your gameplay. So you've made so many mistakes here. So from now you're forced to actually dash away, right? You don't want to play down here. You're not a hero that's good at playing main, which means with your tank, with the core of your team. Just go high ground, just keep poking them, right? Just chill, keep left clicking the Bastion over and over again, or the Mercy, or the Ana, or whatever you got. Just keep spamming till you get another blade and use blade to win the next fight, right? Especially at high ranks, Genjis are almost exclusively blade farmers. Better now in Season 9, but like prior to Season 9, Overwatch 2, Genji was like basically farm blade, use blade to win fights, and then go back to farming blade over and over and over again. It's a very safe and reasonable way to play, right? And if people make mistakes, you can punish them. But I'm just noting, play safer like that is the general idea, and then go after the squishies when you get a chance. Playing main here is giving you no value, right? Zarya's obviously beaming you down. So again, do we want to be here, right? This is main. This whole area is main. We want to play anywhere else right, where we don't have to worry about getting beamed down, burned down, etc., where we don't want to take too much ship damage. This area is great, right? Stay high ground, keep poking down the Ana, for example, where you see how vulnerable. How did your Ashe even get here? You can just poke down the Ana from in the back line when nobody is paying attention because it's gold and no one is paying attention to anything. See, like the Mercy could easily save this Ana right now, completely remove any danger, but it's not paying attention until just now. Like, you could be helping your Ashe do something, but instead you're doing nothing. Back to Polish. What possible reason could you have to shoot at the Zarya right now? Like, her bubble was already up before you even shoot, right? You just finished reloading. Why did you shoot this? All you did was feed the Zarya energy and waste your time. Alright, so you're trying to go to the back line because your Ashe is here. Right? Okay, good, right? Really, really good. This is probably the best play you have made in the entire series of time that we've watched. Where you came down and you're like, look, I'm going to try to kill this person, right? I recognize that they're lowish, the Ana was reloading, and you see that the bash is low enough, you dash through, you get a kill, great. Unfortunately, you had to trade your Ashe for this, because the only reason this opportunity was available to begin was because your Ashe created it. But fine, we'll take it, right? I think as soon as you get this kill, you should immediately dash out. The instinct is turn up, dash away. Why? Because you're between multiple heroes. You can't even deflect on one side. So it's very dangerous to be staying here. But yeah, dashing to the front there can be dangerous because Zarya can beat me down really fast. All right, you're trying to go for the Ana. Again, there's so many heroes here. This is like a reasonable deflect play though. But the problem is that there's a Zarya here who could beam you down and who's already, I think, high energy. But I think I like the idea here, right? I like the idea here, right? Obviously, execution's not perfect, but I like the idea. I think it's okay. I'll live with this, right? Climb up. I think you are messing up the wall climb. So, quick tip for Blade. You usually want to dash before you do Blade, because that will apply more damage to the target, which might be relevant. But regardless, A. B is... you might want to consider going after a target that's easier to kill, like the Ana, than the Echo. Because if the Echo has flight, she just flies away from you and you're never going to kill her. Well, the Ana has no way to get rid of you other than Sleep Dart, which is pretty hard to hit on a Genji who dashes through her. But you don't dash first, because remember, Blade resets your dash if you didn't know that. So really, really important to note. So now, let's track the Blade slowly, okay? So slash, right? So from here, you should have gone dash through, turn, slash, and then the Echo was dead, right? But instead, you slash again, but you interrupt the slash before it actually lands, right? So you see how you're going to start? You see how it hasn't hit yet? And because it hasn't hit, you're going to whiff it, right? It's like literally, I think, right about to hit her, and then you dash through, and you miss both the slash and the dash. Which means the Echo takes 0 damage despite starting that being right next to you, right? Only the first slash hits, and then you miss the follow-up slash and the dash, which is brutal, right? One hit, right? Look, her health doesn't go down from here, right? Neither the slash nor the dash hit her. And that combination should have killed her there. Also, if you dashed her initially, you could have just done slash slash and she would have died as well. So... rough, very rough. But, right, there's a slash, right? Now you need to do another slash into her to kill because she's now high enough with healing that you need to do a slash and not just a dash. Ideally, if you've done the first dash, now you could just dash and kill her and not have to worry about slashing again. That's 0.9 more seconds that you have to wait instead of killing her instantly, right? Now you finally kill her, right? Now you go, right? So you go through the Ana, slash, okay, great, right? Now you got to pop deflect, otherwise you're going to die. And now you don't pop deflect. So that's another Blade where like pretty much everything can go wrong, right? You got the Echo, which is quite frankly lucky. If the Ana just heals the Echo there, I don't think you even kill the Echo. Or if the Echo just flies away. I don't know if she had flight, but I feel like she had flight. Well, she didn't have flight, just close. But yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway here, right? We're going to wrap here. There's no need for us to like go through the rest of the video. So you need to pay attention to all of the little things that you are doing suboptimally, right? Compare them against better players and work on them, right? Work on consistently winning duels. Work on consistently wiping teams with Blade. There are plenty of Blade custom maps out there, like trainers, where you can practice doing this stuff too, right? Pop blade, right? Go try killing a bunch of bots, like chain it together, blah 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 blah. That stuff exists, and you can easily Google search for it, right, and find that stuff and use it to help improve. I do think you have a good base here, understanding of what you're supposed to be doing on Genji, but there's a lot of slack here in terms of like the more optimal value that you could be providing, and it happens like literally basically every second of your play. Like we can point out something where you're like, this is kind of iffy, and it's not just the missed shots, but missed shots are definitely part of it. Okay, I'm gonna hold there. Hopefully this was helpful.